Sometimes strings have extra white space at the beginning or end that we want to clean up. This is especially common when we read information from files or get data from the internet. Python has a built-in string method called strip that we can use just to take care of this. So let's see how it works. Here I have the beginning of a program that stores my name in a variable and then prints it out with 3 stars before and after it, so that you can see exactly what is in the variable. Let's run that without the debugger just to see it print out. There we go, we see my name with the 3 stars on each side. Now let's put some spaces before and after my name, and we'll run the debugger this time. Run and debug. Voila. I forgot to set a breakpoint, so let's do that again. All right, we can see that in the debugger, we can tell that there are spaces before and after my name. And when we print it, we're also going to see that in the output because we have the stars there. But if we didn't have the stars, it would be hard to tell. So the debugger is helpful in seeing spaces that we don't necessarily know whether they exist or not. So when we're getting data that may have unwanted white space around it, we can use some Python tools to remove it. There are string methods in Python, and you may have used some to convert a string to upper or lower case. There is also one that will remove any white space from the start and end of a string, which is sometimes called leading and trailing white space. This string method is called strip, and we use it just like any other string methods. Let's use strip before we print and see what happens. To use strip, we use the name of our string, then a dot, and then the name of our method, strip, and some parentheses. Let's run it without debugging and see what happens. It looks like nothing happened. That's because this doesn't affect our string directly. It simply returns or gives us back a new version without the white space. So I need to save this into a variable like this. And then that's the variable we'll use in our print statement. Now let's print out both the name and the name stripped variables and step through and see what is happening. We'll take this print statement, copy it, and paste it in, but change our variable that we're going to print to name stripped. So now we have a print statement for both. Now let's run it with the debugger and see what happens. Notice in the left, we see name still has the spaces, name stripped doesn't have the spaces, and if we step through our print statements, we'll see those in the output as well. Stars, then spaces, then my name, and in the next one, there's no spaces between the name and the stars. Notice that it also does not remove the space in the middle of my name, just at the beginning and the end. The strip method removes any kind of white space, including newlines and tab characters, but only at the beginning and end of the string. Let's add a tab and a newline to my name string and see if it'll work on those. I can put a tab in there with a \t, and I could put a newline with a \n. Let's run that and see what happens. Will it remove the tabs or won't it? All right, in our output window, we can see, oh, there's extra space with a tab, and there's that new line. It put the stars on the next line. But the stripped version still just has Sister Hansen with the stars. In this example, I saved the new version into a new variable, but if I don't want to keep the old one around, I could reassign the original variable name to the new version like this. Just name equals name.strip. Now we need to get rid of this print or it'll cause us a problem. Let's run it again and see how the variable changed. Sister Hansen has no white space, no tabs, no new lines. Everything got stripped. The strip string method can work with any string, but is especially useful when working with files, where you might get extra new line characters from the end of a line or extra spaces after a comma if you have split a string into separate pieces. Remember, you can use the debugger if you're unsure whether a string has white space that needs to be stripped off or not. Good luck with strings and strip.